In this video, I will show you how to get started in making your first 3D model. To start off, first select the cube and delete it by pressing the delete key. Now, at the top left corner, you can see the add menu. Here there are many different options that you can add, like light sources and stuff, but we will be adding a mesh. And under the mesh tab, go ahead and select the icosphere. This is basically an object that you can use as your base shape, and it depends on the shape that you're making. Now on the bottom left-hand corner, you have this small menu. If you click anywhere, it disappears. If you do not have that menu, or you accidentally lost it, then you can make a new model. The hotkey is Shift-A, so make a icosphere again. And on the bottom menu, if you open it up, you can change a couple parameters of your mesh, like the amount of loops it has and faces it has in each direction. Now, you might be tempted to increase this resolution to as high as possible in order to get a high definition model, but this is not the correct approach. You should instead use the smallest amount of faces that you can manage with, and then you can add detail on laterwards. Because working with a high resolution model from the start will make your application slightly slower, and it is much more difficult to actually work with. So here I will be setting my numbers for the shape of the sphere. Now, once you're happy with this, you can just click off onto the scene, and these settings will be saved for your model. Now, if you want to get a quick view of slightly more detail by using the rendering pipeline, then you can left click on the model itself and choose smooth shading. So there are two types of shading, flat shading and smooth shading, and these don't really use up processing power. They are simple operations in the rendering pipeline. So this already makes the model look smoother. Another way you can add more detail is on the right hand menu. If you check the blue wrench icon, which is the modifiers, and then you can add a subdivision surface modifier. You have to make sure that the sphere is selected for this. Now, this will physically increase the amount of vertices in your model, and the number of iterations that it dictates how many times the number of vertices are increased. You can apply this beforehand or afterwards. Most of the time it's applied after the base model is already made, and in my case I will be applying it laterwards.